Good afternoon, everyone. Who here today has had a cup of coffee today? I'm very happy to see all those hands together. Well, imagine a world where your cup of coffee could actually also save the world. Sounds crazy? Well, I'm here to tell you about it and introduce you to Kaffe Bueno. So, 7 years ago, coffee prices were rock bottom and farmers were struggling. Currently, it's completely the opposite. This roller coaster is just not only affecting the farmers, but every coffee lover in this room. And here is the problem. Only 1% of coffee is used in average. The other 99% is being wasted. And this 99% is packed with protein, lipids, cellulose, and sugars, among other useful materials. Just to put it in context, we're talking about 10 billion kilograms globally. That's enough to fill 8 Wembley stadiums. And that's why we created Kaffe Bueno and the first coffee biorefinery in the world, based in Denmark. Here, we use green chemistry and biotechnology and partner up with industrial coffee waste producer to transform this waste into added value ingredients for agriculture, personal care, and nutrition. So you may ask why I'm here talking about coffee. Basically, the answer lies in your bathroom cabinet. All those soaps, detergents, shampoos, and creams are part of a highly fast-growing industry, but with also a growing problem. Despite all these products rely heavily on palm oil, and despite the farming becoming more sustainable, still alternatives are needed to keep with the growing demand. And here is where it comes coffee. Coffee is the largest source of palmitic acid in the northern hemisphere. And palmitic acid is one of the main components in palm oil. And it's also the main reason why it's used so much, because it provides texture, moisture, among other properties in all these products. 40% of this remains in coffee oil. We're talking about 2 billion kilograms of oil just laying around not being used. This is 6 times the amount needed to just replace all the palm oil being used in personal care products in EU and the US alone. Inspired on this, we have not only developed our own Kaffe oil, but we also have developed a line of emulsifiers, surfactants, and emollients derived from it. Our oleochemicals are not only sustainable, they compete in price and performance. Through our OCA, we have proven that our Kaffe oil is 10 times more sustainable than current alternatives. So we're helping manufacturers make the transition now and not in 2030. Through the 100 Plus Accelerator, we were lucky enough to be selected by Colgate-Palmolive for testing all oleochemicals in their different products. Right now, we have been able to prove that we can replace 100% palm oil in their soaps, not only replacing it from a more sustainable perspective, but also improving their performance. But we're not stopping there. We just opened our 500-ton biorefinery in Copenhagen, and with 50% capacity committed, we're already looking for partners from the coffee waste suppliers, but also offtake partners right in this room to accelerate our scale up to a 50,000-ton biorefinery in 2026. This is us. I'm originally from Colombia, and with my 2 co-founders, we started Kaffe Bueno, inspired in our strong coffee tradition, but also in our time in working and living in London. After seeing both sides of the equations, this led us to start Kaffe Bueno. But we have been able and lucky enough to recruit an amazing team of brilliant individuals from green chemistry to biotechnology to related backgrounds. All of this is part of Kaffe Bueno today. So by 2030, we aim to upcycle 40% of coffee waste in Europe and North America. This will help us replace 20% of the palm oil being used right now in personal care in the EU and the US. This would be equivalent to planting 35 million trees. And to put it in context, that's just half of the size of New York City. So, what are you waiting? What are you waiting, all the brands in the room? The future is here and now. We just need your support and collaborate, as everyone has done today, because we have the technology, we have the capacity, and we have the raw material ready to scale. Please join us brewing a better and more sustainable future, one cup of coffee at a time. Thank you very much.